I'm gonna be getting rid of this soon.
I'm gonna probably get a standing mic, but I'm definitely gonna still keep this. Probably use it as like a microphone thing that somebody can hold.
Have Joe holding the mic over your head.
I really do want Joe to, if he ever has time. Well, he's a broker now. He probably won't ever have time to work with us at all.
Yeah, when the channel gets big, he'll make time. Fuck that.
Well, me and him are still talking about bringing back the Bros of WrestleMania, but only as a podcast. So he says in 2 weeks he'll have a microphone, and we'll figure out what to do with that.
Well, that way you don't have to worry about himself looking good. Still worried about that.
Our friend Joe is a very ugly man.
No, he's not. He's not an ugly man. He's just so self-conscious.
I cannot.
The camera's gonna make me look ugly and fat.
I'm not attracted to dudes, but let me put it like this: if I were gay, I could find a way better guy than him. I'm just saying.
Okay.
He refuses to get in front of the camera because he thinks it's gonna make him look bad. Even though he really knows his shit when it comes to wrestling, and that's perfect little launch pad for them.
Yeah.
So,
Mike, you're wrestling too, right?
I know my good amount from Ruthless Aggression.
Did you watch Backlash? Did you watch Backlash today?
It was shit though.
You didn't like it? What about the women's match?
Women's match was shit. The only good match was AJ and Dean.
There you go. You got your three amigos of the wrestling.
Were you surprised that that Dean was starting to get booed?
No, you know why? I'm growing tired of Dean too. I think that AJ is so much.
The gimmick is worn off. Huh?
The gimmick is worn off on Dean. I think he should turn heel. He's born to play heel, lunatic heel. But
I feel like all of this bad luck that's happening to those former three guys that used to be a part of the Shield. I feel like they're doing it's starting to. They can see it, and they're trying to make any excuse to just bring the Shield back. It's like, you know what? You all are starting to get booed now, except
Seth is gonna. He got booed after that news came out that he hurt Finn Balor.
Yeah, but but the way he did his character,
he's the most popular out of the three of them, though, for sure.
Exactly. He's already crossed over to a situation where no matter what he does, he'll still get cheered because of how he delivered it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good or bad, he'll always get cheered. And I didn't see it coming. I'm usually good at picking him. I thought he was gonna suck, and I was wrong. I'm happy to admit I was wrong. So, Speaking about being wrong, I want you to prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris, Sean, and Mike. We are back. This is T3M. This is episode 41 of Talking Through the Media. 41. We didn't do anything last week. Why do you ask? Mind your own business. That's why. So let's get started with the
business, sir.
Exactly. The way you know what? We're gonna come out with it's a little bit behind the scenes stuff. None of your goddamn business, sir. Is gonna be a T-shirt. It will be a poster, bumper sticker. Not officially. We're just gonna randomly go to people's cars and just put this thing on people's cars. There's none of your goddamn business. Next to I got warrants bumper sticker, right on the back of people's cars that we don't like. So now that we've pretty much admitted to a felony, probably, let's get to the very first topic. So the very first topic that I got down is. So we know that The Walking Dead is about to premiere again. It's around like the October time is when The Walking Dead season is pretty much launched. And the cliffhanger that we had from last season was when Jeffrey Dean is going to be playing Negan or whatever his name is. When he went straight up, hey, batter on some mystery person. But who did he kill? The big question that's going to be hopefully answered on the premiere. But now a rumor is spreading that there's going to be 2 deaths, at least, of major characters on the premiere episode. So the question that I offer to you two guys are, if this is true, who do you think is going to bite the dust on the premiere episode?
I want Carl. I want Carl to get some shit.
Carl.
I'm sorry. His character's so irritating to me at this point. I just want Carl just get off the screen.
The biker?
No, Carl, the son.
Carl.
The son.
I honestly
Rick's kid.
think
Rick's kid.
Rick's kid. Yeah, I honestly think if he's not the guy who was hit first, I honestly think if there is a second death, it might not be but the baseball bat. Maybe Carl will bite it in the because he was annoying to me for a while too. But I gotta admit, this past season, I started to warm up to him a little bit. I like him in this past season. First time ever. I used to hate him. So now that I like him, watch. Now he's gonna die probably.
Yeah, Walking Dead does that where you fall in love with the character slowly and then they kill him off instantly right afterward.
Exactly. Game of Thrones is real bad at that. I mean, you'll fall in love with a character like the first episode you meet them, boop, they're dead. I mean, that's exactly how they. I think this.
What's the name of the military guy, the one with the big red mustache? I think he's gonna go.
Abraham.
Yeah,
Abraham?
I think he's gonna go.
You think Abraham's gone?
The military guy with the big mustache.
So Sean's picks are Carl.
I don't think
Abraham.
Carl's going to die, but I want Carl to die. But I definitely think the guy with the mustache is going. And
you own it, sir. Your pick.
Fuck it, Carl and mustache.
Own up to it. Yeah, there you go.
I want it so bad, but I don't want people to think I'm a monster. No, it's not that you're the monster. It's just that we live in a harsh time.
I just don't think the show is
zombie
going
apocalypse.
to grant me that gift. I just don't think they're going to do it.
What? I don't understand what you're basing that on. After all the kids that we've seen killed over the years, come on, he's freaking out of here, man. That kid is gone. I'm telling you, that kid is going to die before it's over. He's going to die.
Yes.
I can't wait. But I mean, not that I wish him personally any ill will, but the character,
Carl.
But all right, Mike. So what are your two picks?
I would say I don't think two people are going to die, but I think it will be one of these two people. If we're talking about a major swerve, it'll either be Glenn or Daryl, just because we saw a close call with Glenn, as you know, last season. Super duper close call. And people
we thought he was dead.
People freak the fuck out. So if they want to generate buzz for this new season, they got to go big. I think they kept us waiting for too long, and they have to make an impact. So I think definitely it'll be one of the two, Glenn or Daryl.
But Daryl's so much more popular than Glenn, though. So I don't know if
I don't know about that.
I would have agreed until the day we thought we lost him.
Everyone.
When everybody thought he died, I think he instantly became the most popular character. I don't think anybody cared about him until he died, quote unquote died. Then everybody was like, no. I think right at that moment he became the most popular character.
You think Glenn is the most popular character on the show?
Now, I think now.
Yeah, definitely now.
Because of that, did he die or not situation, I think he instantly became the most popular character. Now it's like we can't lose him now. Because it was a bunch of, I remember for no reason at all, just a bunch of weird facts that people really didn't think about. Only hardcore fans knew. I was watching The Talking Dead, and there was one woman who was a black lady. I can't remember her name. She was like, "Did you know that Glenn is the only character on the show who hasn't killed a human, a living person yet at the time when they thought he was dead? He's the only person. If you look at it, go back to every episode that he's been on. He's never taken a life. He's had a close call. He had to warn people. He's defended himself. He's never killed. And then he didn't die. And then a couple of episodes later, he finally took a life. And that's why it was such a big deal about him taking a life, because he never did it before. So it's like, I think he, for a lot of reasons now, for whatever reason, is now the most popular character, just because everybody was just talking about him so much for that little break. Exactly. It's just ongoing, Glenn, is he dead? It's like, oh God, okay, wow. I thought the girl with the swords was the most popular character.
Yeah, I was going to say Michonne or Daryl for me is the two biggest characters. Yeah. Girl with the samurai sword and the guy with the crossbow for me.
Yeah, for a while, I think it was for Daryl for a long time, and then I just feel like after that, Glenn just took it. I think if Glenn dies, I think it'll hit people harder if Glenn dies now. Because
we just got him back.
Just got him back, and just to snatch him away. You know what? That might be why he died.
Exactly. It'll hit so hard if he just died right now.
Yeah. Those are your so you said your two was Daryl and Glenn. Okay. I'm gonna go with oh my goodness, what's his name? It's I'm with you a little bit. Sean, about
mustache man.
the mustache man. What's his name?
He's just very disposable. It's not gonna kill.
I like him, but it's just that I feel like he's going to die. But wait a minute, what's his name? The guy,
the genius guy. What was the genius guy's name? The one with the mullet.
The guy that was pretending to know the cure.
Oh
yeah, him. He's kind of disposable.
Is he still alive?
Yeah,
he's still alive.
It's him. He's my second pick. It's him. He's the one I think got hit with the bat because he already explained how to create bullets. He taught somebody else, so he's no longer necessary.
Right. He's disposable.
He's the most disposable.
So you're going for genius and mustache man?
Yeah. They because of that fact that, and I thought that they were going to show that he died at the on the season finale because he just. I remember thinking about it. I'm like, wow, you just got through teaching. The whole group this very, very crucial, very necessary, really needed skill to create bullets to defend yourself and whatnot. I don't think anybody else. Maybe there's only a few people out there that's alive and has the resources and that factory just like that to do the same thing somewhere. Yeah. But we know for a fact now that we know we know our group, the main group now has that ability if they ever get out.
Well, they did the same kind of similar thing, like the Glenn thing, to the genius guy. Mustache Man beat him to death, we thought. He fell and smacked his face on the concrete. We thought he was going to die.
Oh, he was pissed. I honestly wanted him to die after he revealed that he was lying.
He was lying the whole time.
Yeah. But then he redeemed himself. He grew a pair, and now it's like, okay, now what are you useful for? You've shown that you're finally willing to be brave. Okay, great. You really didn't have a choice. It was either eat, kill, or be killed. So
he's like, you are no longer required, sir. I can defend myself.
Well, at least it's like now it's like his character can die with honor now. He's redeemed himself. He's shown his worth. He's given something to the group that's very valuable. So it's like I think his character is fully now redeemed, and now he can go.
I wanted Carl to die, but I don't think he do. I think you're right, though. I think it's Mustache Man and the genius guy.
You're out of there? I think if it is Carl, I think it'll be a shock.
I just don't think they'll do that, though. I just don't think the show will kill Carl, at least not at this point. I want them to, but I don't see it happening.
Mike, you're the tiebreaker. Come on. Who you think you're going to do it?
Is it are you asking me if it's a possibility?
Who do you think?
Oh, anything's possible. Yeah, go. What do you think? What do you think is more plausible, I guess?
Between Carl or Mustache Man?
Uh-huh.
Oh, definitely Carl, I would say.
Carl gonna eat it?
They need it. I'm gonna stand by the fact that they need to go fucking big with this. They need to have like a series mainstay from the beginning.
So are you saying they need to get something to get Rick so crazy that he goes back and destroys Negan?
You know what? And that's why I think Carl will probably be the second death if there is a second death, and it will probably be like inadvertently or in the middle of a gunfight or something like that. Because
Carl,
if you kill his son. His only son, after all this, yeah, exactly. We lost his humanity one time before, and it took a while to get it back. He would go Wolverine X2, X-Men Apocalypse. He would go Berserker mode. I would go Berserker. There would be nothing that I wouldn't care if I knew I was about to die. And then you gotta think about it. The guy's obviously smart. Look how they trapped him. He knows that if he kills his son right in his face in front of everybody like that, and then helpless, he's gonna turn him into a madman. He said that he wants to use him and he wants to keep him. It can work for him, but one guy had to go. It wouldn't be logical to make it his son, because then what? Well, I mean, then I was like, well, fuck the rest of the group. Why? I'm gonna give up on life too. I'm not gonna do anything for you. You just killed my son in front of me, so. That wouldn't be logical. I don't think the guy's smarter than that. Then you got to bet whether or not he's that much of a monster willing to kill a kid.
I have no doubt he'd be willing to kill the kid, but
I mean, if it was to further, if a guy that smart to organize a group that large, I think it would be like, I'm willing to kill a kid if it furthers the cause, but that would be counterproductive.
He knows that if he shot Carl, he's gonna have to kill Rick, because Rick.
He's gonna go exactly, and he wants Rick to make up for his losses that he incurred.
I think Rick has killed more people than anybody in the whole show. I think so. I think his body count is the highest. Rick.
Oh yeah.
People and zombies.
Zombie, yeah. The only people that's killed more people than zombies is Rick.
Yep.
All right. So speaking about body counts, let's go to the box office report, okay? Because it was a bloodbath out there. How'd you like that segue? You like that? All right. So the number one movie in the box office was Sully. Came in at what, 35 million. When the Bow Breaks, starring Morris Chestnut, came in at 15 million. Don't Breathe dropped to number 3 it brought in 8 million, a little over 8 million. Suicide Squad is at number 4, and I think it was at number 4 last week if I'm not mistaken. But it made another 5 million this weekend, and the number 5 movie. And not that many people saw this, and it wasn't heavily advertised, but the Wildlife cartoon. It was not that heavily marketed, but being a cartoon, I'm sure a lot of families went to go see it, but only $3 million worth. So that's I don't know. That's weird that cartoon. What stands out the most to me is the fact that this cartoon. I mean, it's not a Pixar. It's not. I can't recall who made it, but still, over the weekend, it just slowly kind of appeared. That wasn't even marketed that much at all.
Yep.
But we do have a review for Sully. Mike, you haven't seen Sully yet. What do you think? When are you gonna go check it out?
Hopefully tomorrow, maybe. Hopefully, or the day after.
Cool. So everything else. What about? I know you're a big Morris Chestnut fan. You're also gonna check out When the Bow Breaks.
To be honest, I actually wanted to watch that movie. I'm not even joking. I'm a sucker for those stupid obsession type movies, and the trailer was all right, and apparently it's awful. So I don't know.
But have any of you guys seen the reviews on that one?
They're saying it's bad, huh?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah,
they're saying it's awful.
Have you seen? Do you remember the trailer to that, Sean?
Oh yeah, I remember when with the lady they wanted to get her pregnant, and yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's gotten bad reviews. I watched the Jeremy Johns review to it. He butchered it. He's like, I think he rated it dog shit. Out of 1 out of 5, he gave it a dog shit.
I'm gonna give it a shit emoji.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a big that came up on the screen. He said, if I want to rank this movie 1 out of 5, I give it a dog shit. So that was funny. So Mike, you had some news also. You wanted to talk about something else that was shocking about the box office. Break it down, brother.
Yep. Well, this is a sad one because I was like the only person in America to watch this movie, apparently. Ben-Hur is the biggest bomb of the summer, apparently, losing $150 million for MGM Studios, which is quite sad considering
that's Lone Ranger bad.
Yeah, it's especially sad considering it wasn't as bad as The Lone Ranger, which upsets me.
Wow. I've never seen the original Ben-Hur. Have any of you?
Yeah.
Sean's a student of the arts.
It's an old movie, and it's got, it's not for everybody. Most people our age nowadays will just say it's boring. But
yeah, because there's no freaking Transformers in it.
Yeah, honestly,
I heard that it's epic for what it is. I mean, if I forgot how it was shot, and I think it was the first movie that created the technology of how it was shot.
I mean, if you consider how old it was, it's really epic, and the scenes are all extravagant, the chariot races. I mean, and keep in mind that they had no computer-assisted graphics or anything. They had to actually do everything. It is pretty impressive. It's just most people can't sit down and watch those kinds of movies without being like, it looks so old, I think
want to say, if I remember correctly, wasn't it a financial failure back then, technically, but then over time became a legend and won all those awards?
I think Ben-Hur won. I think holds the record for the most Academy Awards.
Yeah, but that's the question. Like, if I remember correctly, wasn't that the movie that won so many awards but still didn't make that much money back then? But then after making the awards, maybe I'm wrong, but I'll probably think about another movie.
Let's see here. Let's check out the worldwide. All right, so Ben-Hur debuted in November 18th, 1959. It was made on a budget of $15 million. So back then,
that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah,
that's like $100 million.
During the initial release, they made $146 million.
So I'm way wrong. Right? That means it technically made like $1 billion.
Listen to this. Ben-Hur at the time had the largest budget, as well as the largest sets built for any film produced up to that time.
15 million.
2,500 horses, 10,000 extras.
Mm.
And it won a record 11 Academy Awards, including the Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Supporting Role, Cinematography, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. So, yeah, that was a big success. This one, not so much.
So, Mike, so you saw the remake?
I've seen the remake. Apparently, I'm the only person, like I said, who have seen the remake in America.
When you went to the movie, how many people were in the theater?
There was 6.
Probably like around 8 or 9, other than me and my girlfriend, which is pretty sad. It was on opening day. It was on opening day.
Oh, God.
I'm expecting that you got no loving that day, huh? Not even a kiss goodnight, huh?
Maybe
She
more.
actually liked it. We both walked out heavily. We had a good time watching it. It was a good movie.
How did? What was the other people's reactions? So did you overhear any whispers or anything like that?
There were these two. This isn't a racial thing at all. There's these, because I'm also Chinese. There's these 2 Chinese people sitting behind me. Definitely went in there. I could, because I speak a little bit of Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about like it was a Gladiator movie before the movie started. Roughly halfway through, they were just laughing the whole time.
It got that bad that it was laughable.
They were laughing the last half of the. Once Morgan Freeman came on screen, they were laughing for the rest of the movie.
They're like, what? Yeah, I have no desire to see this movie. Oh well. Well, at least you had a good time with it, though. I mean, like, hey.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm not gonna see. I never saw the original. Don't plan on seeing the original, and now you know what? I might watch the original before I watch this.
If you like Charlton Heston, you'll like the original.
Which I don't.
Oh well, then don't waste your don't waste. That's some sacrilege, sir.
No, I'll probably check out the original.
It's a long movie.
Oh, well. It just felt like even though I'm a guy who hasn't seen the original, I knew that it was not necessary. After all that they did for the industry, I knew that it was not necessary to even go there with that.
There's just no interest for it right now.
Yeah, I mean, if there was interest for it, yeah, maybe right after Gladiator came out, that would have made more.
Gladiator 2 would have made more money than Ben-Hur.
Gladiator 2, The Return from the Elysian Fields.
The Return of Maximus.
Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of the return of Maximus, Kiefer Sutherland is back on TV with The Designated Survivor. Now, I want to show a little bit of this trailer for those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, and I will do that now.
Secretary, you need to put the phone down. Mike, what the hell is going on? I said put the phone down.
Some kind of explosion.
Mike, please, just tell us what you know.
President, you're live in 5.
I do solemnly swear
4.
that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States. So help me God.
And I'm back. Okay, so that was The Designated Survivor. Okay, we all got a chance to check it out. What do you guys think about Kiefer Sutherland's return to TV? I mean, do you think this is a good thing for his career, or what do you guys think about this?
For his career, it's a good thing, because I know you really.
I agree.
Yeah, he's going to be having one of those mixed. You know, the only thing you've been hearing about him lately in tabloids is about how people think he's unprofessional to work with. I don't doubt his chops as an actor. He's like one of those actors you hear bad shit about, so I try to separate what I think of them as a person. Like Mel Gibson. I don't look at what he is like a person. I like his shit, so I'm excited. Kiefer Sutherland.
What did Kiefer Sutherland do that was on Mel Gibson?
If you Google, like during like the 24, people were just berating him about how unprofessional he was to work with, and people just refused to. They're like, I don't ever want to work with that guy again.
Well, he's probably like, yeah, okay, I'm a little bit of an ass, but don't compare me to what Mel Gibson did.
And I don't fucking need you. Apparently he's just an ass. Like he throws tantrums and crap on set. You know.
What about you, Mike? What did you think after you saw this TV show? Did you ever watch 24?
I saw the new season, the last season that came on TV, the return to TV. It was all right, but I'm not a huge Kiefer Sutherland fan, and I think this has makings of a good season or a mini series or something, but I don't think this is going to go longer than 3 seasons.
It depends. I mean, right now, one of a successful. I'm not gonna call it a number one. I don't know how it's rated, but a successful show that's on TV right now is Madam Secretary, which is what's her name from Bad Boys One, the girl that they were trying to save. What's that actress's name?
What does she still look pretty?
We've had this conversation on this show before.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, I forgot about her. I never know her. I never remember her name. Damn.
But her show, she's the Secretary of State. So a lot of these political shows are still doing good. I'm thinking, and this show is based on a real strategy that America has, that that not at any given point, none of the members of the cabinet can all be in the same place at the same time. The only time when there's like almost all of them in one room is during the every time when the president gives his State of the Union address. But in this situation, and this is true, one person stays behind, and as we saw in the trailer, there's an attack during that speech, and all the members of the cabinet get wiped out, and then he becomes the president of the United States by just because he's the person in line to do it. And so while they're rebuilding, the cabinet, refilling those positions, he is the president of the United States. And for Keith Sutherland, who I also feel like is a great actor and whatnot, to be playing a character that the president didn't even really like, he was about to get fired. He's like not.
He literally got fired.
He literally got fired. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
He's on his way out. He's almost playing like a loser almost, and now he's got to prove himself to be the president. Now he's going to probably, by the end of the show, if it lasts a couple of seasons or whatever, he's probably going to become like the greatest president of all time.
His people were saying, I think you need to step down. He's like, you really thinking? Yeah, you really need to step down.
But then I don't know what the rule is in that situation. Like if he would also have died, I don't know what would happen in that case with the Senate. The Senate is gone. Everybody, all the senators, all the congressmen were also in there. So that would mean, while he's acting president, all of those positions are now having to be replaced. I don't know if it defaults to the people that they beat in those last elections for those districts and all that. I don't know how it would work, or if they're going to have elections to refill all those seats. So if he stepped down, then it's like, okay, then who's the president? Where does it go after that? So there is things in line. So that's why I think this show is interesting, because there's a system in place. This is a real system. So it's like, I want to see how he pulls it off. The stress of now having the launch codes just being handed to you. You would know, you're like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to be fired. We're going to be on vacation, babe. And then boom, I'm president. Like, oops. Like that to me is interesting. Like that's got to be the worst day of your life. So it's like, I felt like that acting that I saw in the trailer where he was like, I solemnly swear to, uphold the Constitution. Like you could see, like he was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Damn it.
Like no, exactly. He's like, I am so screwed. I am so screwed. I am so screwed. Like that's what I could see it in his eyes. And I was like, that's how much of a good actor I think he is. So as you can probably tell, I'm excited about this. So I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I'm a fan of Kiefer Sutherland. His roles are good, so I'll say yeah. I'll check it out.
I never watched an episode of 20 Shades.
But you've seen The Lost Boys.
Oh yeah. I'm basing everything on The Lost Boys.
On The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Mike, do you even know what we're talking about?
I know what The Lost Boys is.
You haven't seen it.
I know it stars the two Coreys, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. It's pretty. You watch it now. It's pretty cheesy. But anyway.
And I heard there's a TV show being made of The Lost Boys.
Oh, really?
Well, we'll talk about that. So, moving on. So it was announced by Warner Brothers that Joe. I'm going to say the name wrong. Help me out, Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello. I don't know.
Has been confirmed, aka Slade Wilson, a character created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez in the DC Extended Universe film series. He is a mercenary, an assassin who first appeared in the New Teen Titans Volume 1, issue number 2, back in 1980, back when I was born. Originally, he was the archenemy of the Teen Titans. Then writers have developed him over the years as an adversary of heroes in the DC universe. Like he was established to go toe-to-toe with Batman, and then against Green Arrow. And you've seen that a lot. If you watch the Arrow TV show, he was the main villain, I think, of the 5th season, I believe, or the 4th season. So now that Joe Manganiello has now been cast as Deathstroke, Michael, I'm gonna start with you. What do you know about Deathstroke, and what do you think about this casting?
What I know about Deathstroke is very little, to be honest with you. The only place I know him from, actually, is because I'm a freaking video game dork, is from Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, and Injustice. That's about it. He's a cool character. That's all I know. Joe Manganiello, on the other hand, I am a huge fan of for an embarrassing reason.
True Blood.
No, it's more embarrassing than that.
How I Met Your Mother.
Pee-wee.
Magic Mike. Both the Magic Mike films. Which I'm a huge fan of. I have no guilt about it. It's embarrassing.
Never seen him. So help me God.
But he is definitely the standout in both films, and he was in Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man movie, as Flash.
He was Flash, wasn't he?
And yeah, he was. And in every movie I've seen him in, he's been good. So I feel like I am confident in saying that he will be the first DCU villain that I like thoroughly.
I'm not going to fight you, Flash. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight me either.
So Sean, you have seen some other
I have seen Joe Manganiello or whatever. I've seen him get his ass kicked by Peter Parker. I don't know. I don't have anything to dislike him. I know that he was supposed to be pretty big and like True Blood and things like that. I haven't seen any of those. Really, my only background with him is seeing him get beat up by Peter Parker and him in that new Pee-wee movie. I didn't dislike him. I mean, it seems like he has a likable personality on screen. So I say, yeah, fuck it. See what he can do under the direction of a serious tone with Ben Affleck directing. I'm real excited about this Ben Affleck Batman because with him doing The Town and Argo and all this other stuff. And I don't know if you guys seen the trailer of Live by Night or Live by the Night. Yeah,
that looks good.
That looks really good too. So I'm excited. Yeah, thumbs up. I can't wait to see him.
The thing I've seen him in Magic Mike 2. How I Met Your Mother, his character was hilarious in that. So his comedic timing is great. I've seen the Pee-wee movie. I've seen him in the Schwarzenegger movie. What was it, Sabotage?
Oh, that's another good one. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. So I know that he can he fits the part physically. And when he grows that beard out, he's got the little gray in it. And then sometimes when they show Slade Wilson, the character with the mask off, he looks just like that big beard. He's a man of honor, but he's a mercenary. He's got all these skills. He can go toe to toe with guys like Batman. If there's anybody who's on the list who could be a very threat physically toe to toe with Batman, he's on that list. So this is a major character to be cast at, and I think it's gonna in the long run. And Sean, I think you're right with Ben Affleck behind the lens. This could be the biggest role that Joe's ever played.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. He's gonna be the villain in a Batman movie. This is the biggest thing he's ever done. Maybe ever will. And not just any. And like I said, not just any villain. A villain that can go toe to toe with Batman. That's crazy. I mean, he almost reminds me of Deadshot, the one that Will Smith plays. If Deadshot is always a baby.
Yeah. Everybody seems to have that same mask. It was like the split down the middle. Yeah, but it and he has that eye patch, and Deadshot has that the thing on his eye. So it's weird that these characters kind of look the same, but are really really different guys. So it's like. Do you think that he's going to make an appearance in Justice League, or you think that footage was Batman footage?
The one where he was walking down the train tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a good question. It's probably from the Batflick. I do think he'll make an appearance. Maybe.
I want to say that was from Justice League. I feel confident in saying that was from Justice League.
I won't be surprised either way. But it's probably – I don't know. I'm just happy that they finally greenlit this movie. I'm just curious on how much Joker we're going to get. Is Joker going to be saved for the third Batman film, or is he just going to be throughout? That's going to be something to wonder, because people are still kind of on the fence on how Jared Leto gave us his Joker, and I think that making him a part of a proper Batman movie would probably change all the doubters. Anybody who still doesn't like Jared Leto, I think with Ben Affleck leading him, I think Jared Leto can surprise us in the end. Not saying it's going to be better or worse than anybody else who's ever played Joker, but I think with Batman, with Ben Affleck running the show, Batman has now become one of my highest anticipated movies, comic book movies of all time. Now I can't wait. So that I'm almost more curious about that than how they're going to execute the next Avengers movie. So see it.
Chris is waiting for Batfleck.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, just like you said, Argo, The Town. Ben Affleck is proving that he can direct some pretty intense
He can
stuff.
write, produce, direct, act.
He's a Batman nut. He loves Batman. Even back in the day, he almost didn't take the Daredevil role because one of his questions was, "Is this going to hurt my chance of ever playing Batman in the future?"
Right? Oh no, no problem.
Yeah, well, obviously he was right. It didn't work. It didn't hurt him, so he got it. So it was. So I'm glad that he's Batman. I think he's going to go down in history as our best Batman ever. That's what I think of it. Even bigger than Michael Keaton. Yeah, I said it. We'll
see.
I'm all alone on that one.
No, I mean I like Ben Affleck. So I also really like Michael Keaton too. So it's kind of like.
What about you, Mike? Who's your favorite Batman who's ever played it?
Currently, Ben Affleck, actually. What we got of him in Batman vs. Superman was amazing.
I like that. At first, I didn't like the suit more than Christian Bale's suit, but then when I saw it in action,
the suit looked great in Batman vs. Superman.
Hands down, the combat scenes easily.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Easily.
The most brutal Batman we've ever had, and the most physical dominating. Ben Affleck is the first Bruce Wayne to actually physically look like the way they draw him in the comic books.
Yeah, he's got that big butt crack chin and the big head. Yeah, he definitely looks the part of Batman.
Exactly. Well, let me know. All right, guys. So that's our thoughts about all this stuff. That's how we feel about the box office. Walking Dead. We talked about a lot of stuff. Ben-Hur, the most highly acclaimed Oscar performance remake of all time. Ben-Hur. So we want to know, what do you guys think about these movies? Did you like them? What do you think about this news with everything that's going on in the world of TV, everything that's going on in the world of the movies, all these upcoming events that's happening and whatnot? We want to hear all of your comments and just get your thoughts on all this, because it doesn't matter what we think. The only thing that matters is what I think. No, I'm just playing. But send those comments. Keep sending them out there. We remember whenever we hit every time we hit 100 subscribers, we give away movies passes to see. We're going to be giving away. Hey, you know what? We still have some tickets to give away. So look for that. It's coming soon. We're going to be giving away tickets to see Sully. So when that happens, we're going to announce the winner very, very shortly. So until then, guys, I want to say this is Chris, and I want to say you can always catch me here. Mike, where can people find you out there?
You can find me on my channel, Michael Chu. It's just a profile picture of me. I do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, and video game stuff.
And Mr. Sean, what do you got to say for the good people at home?
Guys, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything you guys want us to take a look at, put it in the box. We are always open to suggestions. We appreciate everybody watching us, and man, we just hit our 800 subscribers. Thanks, guys. We are well on our way to hitting 1,000. And just in case you didn't know, once we hit 1,000, we are planning on opening a secondary channel. That's a secret right now as far as the content, but I promise you're gonna like this. In the meantime, keep watching the movies, playing the games, killing the noobs.